Coach Gaines, welcome to Marlin.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be in the purple and yellow?
I'm excited about it. I really am. There's been great things that I've heard about Marlin as far as the athletes, the support in the community. So kind of resetting everything coming in. I'm excited. Can't be more excited.
Coming from a bit of a larger city outside of Houston, you coached at Richmond Randall, and now you're here at Marlin, a much smaller community. How does that big school mentality translate to the small school here?
One of the main things is that we get to have more intimate relationships with our kids. I mean, in smaller numbers, sometimes we get to know them, and it takes a while because we're used to calling kids by numbers or just last names. But here you kind of really get to hone in on those one-on-one relationships a little bit better. And having a brand new staff, brand new leadership, and really getting a chance to kind of culminate together and learn these kids together, I think that's going to be fantastic, to be honest with you. And I, just coming from the bigger schools, it took longer to build chemistry, you know, with just the staff and with the kids, but here it's happening pretty fast.
Tell me about a few of those relationships you've made with the kids already.
I always say kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so one of the main things is, when I got here, I sat down and had one-on-ones with my kids right off the bat, letting them know who I am, trying to get to talk to them outside of football, just really talk to them about life and talk to them about what they want out for themselves. That way, while I'm building this relationship, there's a accountability factor that I can kind of focus on. Because you're telling me what you want, I'm gonna help you get there. Remember that conversation. It's being able to relate to those things we talked about. And just, I'm learning the kids as we go, you know, because summer camp is kind of like, it's, you know, voluntarily, it's not mandated, so they kind of come sporadically. But as they've gotten accustomed to me and how I do things, and the word's gotten out, and it got out pretty quick, towards these last few weeks, we've kind of had almost doubled our numbers from when we started. Because I got hired really late, like the last 2 weeks of school. So didn't really get a chance to know the kids, so kind of learn them as I go, and learn their names as I go. So right now it's like, okay, I know nicknames, so I can tell you D-Lo, I can tell you Fats and that kind of stuff, but as far as their names, still learning them. You know, and some guys stand out, but it's like, it's so much to learn, so much to do. We're playing both offense and defense, as opposed to at the bigger schools, they focus on one side of the ball. And so it's a lot of moving parts. They're learning my coaches. I put a whole new coaching staff together, so everybody here is brand new. And so I know faces, but the names will follow.
That first week of camp versus the last week, any major differences you saw?
Yes, I'm seeing how kids are starting to learn how to work together and communicate. You know, what I'm understanding is they just kind of really didn't trust each other, and we focused on building those relationships, you know, within each other first before we talked about the football aspect of it. And that came with conversation, that came with talking about each other, having those talks at the end of the school year when we're trying to go into the summertime. And so there's a respect now for each other. It's a lot easier to hold each other accountable when we know what buttons push certain kids and learning how they deal with their emotions. And I don't think they've had an opportunity to really talk about that. Everything's just been, you know, sports related, but I say it's a relationship first. And so getting to know them on that more personal level has allowed them to talk to each other better, understand like, okay, I can talk to this guy a certain way as opposed to talking to him a certain way. And again, modeling kind of what the expectation is, how I talk to them is what I expect how you to talk to your teammates and so forth. And it's been transcending well, because I tell the coaches, I say, hey man, the year's gonna go as we go. And that's what's been happening. And so they see how we talk to each other, how we communicate, and we're showing them the same way and we're modeling that expectation. And so it's really starting to take off. And I think you're gonna see some surprises this year with what we're building here in Marlin. So like I said, I can't be more excited about what's coming.
For those who don't know much about you, what should we know about you as a coach?
I'm pretty strict, I'm stern, I'm very disciplined, detail-oriented, and I'm kind of a no-nonsense guy, but I am a kid-first guy. So it's like that once they see the foundation that I set and my expectations are in place, they get to see the lighter side later, you know? And it's kind of like they got to build that respect and that understanding that, okay, this is how Coach Gaines does things. But at the same time, like, Coach Gaines, okay, I can talk to him. Right? You know, he's comfortable. He's not just somebody that's, you know, coach and nothing else. I'm your coach, I'm your dad, I'm your pastor, I'm your counselor. I'm a bunch of different hats that we wear. And so just starting off, being a little more strict, stern, and showing them how to do things, and then they see the lighter side when they have success. And I'm always, rewarding the kids in front of each other. They'll see that, okay, I'm a person, just like you're a person, but my expectations, I want you to match my energy. And so that's what they're gonna get.
And aside from the coaching background, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I'm boring. I really am.
I'm sure you're not bored.
I'm boring. I like fitness, working out. Believe it or not, I was a safety in high school, and I played, basketball and football in college. And it's just, I like to eat and work out. So I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's kind of what I do in the coaching world. If I'm not coaching, I like to go and work out. Don't have a lot of hobbies. Like I said, I'm pretty boring. But yeah, it's not much. I'm trying to think. I don't do a whole lot anymore. I'm just all about, what can I do for my family? What can I do for my people? What can I do for these kids? And that's kind of where I've made my living.
Your younger self as an athlete, did he ever picture coaching one day?
Absolutely not. He did not. I wanted to work in corporate America, actually. I got my degree in computer info systems, and so I did network security right out of college. But I realized I did not want to be in a room with just screens and just me. And so, but my dad was a football coach and a basketball coach, and educators was in the bloodline, in the family. But I wanted to do my own thing. But then when I saw my brother did it, and he was like, man, it's different, because when I was growing up, I saw, my dad, he'd have to, not only discipline kids, but he would paddle his kids. This is in the 80s and so 90s. And so I said, I don't know if I want to do that. But as I gotten accustomed to seeing how things changed and kind of evolved with what's going on, and my younger brother, who had got into it before I did, he's like, man, give it a shot. You're gonna like it. And then the first time I jumped into it, man, it was the best decision I ever made, because it felt natural. And so.
Well, we have to talk a little bit about your younger brother. You did some research on me. You saw that I went to Syracuse University.
Yes,
Go Orange.
yes.
And what a small world, because I saw that he actually got recruited to play football and then actually ended up playing basketball. And you told me that he won a national championship with the Syracuse Orange.
He did. He never lets it down when he gets a chance to talk about it. He was on that championship team in 2003 with Carmelo. He did get recruited to play football, but they allowed him to play basketball. And so we always thought, it's four of us, my brothers, and so we're super competitive. And we all went on to college and played ball, but he had like the best college career because he got to brag about how they won a national championship. I went to Carson Newman in Tennessee, and we lost in the semis up in Michigan, the Grand Valley. And we would have played in the championship the next week. So he always has that one up, so I'm trying to get him back in the coaching world.
Seems like you're a coaching family, though, the four of you.
Yes. Actually, my youngest, he's more so into teaching. Not really coaching, but still education. But my three older brothers, they're coaching. My oldest brother does 7-on-7, travels all over. And brother's a basketball coach, and then I'm a football guy, so yeah.
Based off of what you know already about the kids, if you could describe Marlin football in 3 words, what do you think those 3 words would be?
3 words.
And if you need a sec to think about it, that's okay too.
Okay. 3 words. I would say passionate, physical, fast. They're passionate about what they do, play with some attitude, and we're pretty athletic. So I think, like I said, we're gonna surprise some people this year. I'm excited.
You talk about surprising some people. What would it mean to, be a first-year coach and kind of just shock the world a bit and turn the program around?
That's always exciting, but I'm more so interested in the growth. I feel like if you get your kids to buy into what it is that you're doing, and we're all on the same page, the winning kind of takes care of itself. And so just being on the same page, being able to do things, complete things together, and then seeing that, hey, if I do it my way, I'm not going to have success. But if we do it together, we have a success as a whole. Not really worrying about individual accolades, but just what happens as a team. And once they understand that, the winning usually takes care of itself. So.
And I'm going to ask you to finish this sentence. Marlin football is going to. What are we going to do this season?
We're going to shock the state. Marlin football is going to shock the state. y'all, I got something coming for you guys. We coming. I'm here. I'm letting you know we coming.
And what are you hoping coaches say to their team about Marlin football after you guys play each other?
That the kids play for each other and they love their coach. They play hard for their coach. And they're going to see that I'm not, don't talk about it, be about it. That's kind of how I am. I don't really run my mouth a lot. I let my game speak for itself, and I'm going to instill that in the boys, let them know, like, hey, talk about it. We're going to go out there and show up. I always tell them I got 2 rules. Show up and show out. Don't get in trouble. We do those 2 things, we're going to have a chance every single time.
And someone who's never been to a Marlin football game before, why should they come to one this fall?
Oh, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a show. We got a great band. Our band has had a lot of success in the recent years that I found out, and the community comes out, really supports them. And they're going to see some organized, disciplined football. And I know a couple years ago they had that and they kind of fell off from that, but we're going to get back to that. I don't like to say reset, more like a recalibration is what's happening. And so, no, it's going to be a show. You're going to come here, you're going to watch some good ball, you're going to see some great games. We got a brand new press box, a brand new turf stadium venue, so kind of revealing all of that at the same time, and just a new vibe in that city of Marlin. So I say come out, come out. Y'all won't be disappointed, I can promise you that.
You talk about the new press box fee, and it seems like this whole school is under construction, but in a good way.
Oh, 100%.
How excited are you for the new facilities?
Great. Our basketball gym is supposed to be done right at the end of October before basketball takes off. And all those renovations are going into place. You can see the school has been completely renovated. The press box, we've got 2 turf fields, that we have now that they didn't have before. So the city wants it. They want to support and give us the resources so that we have, what we need to not just encourage, but be successful and appreciate what it is that we have. And so just letting these kids know, hey, it's a privilege to represent Marlin. It's a privilege to be an athlete as well as just being a student here. And so just making sure that we're teaching them and showing them the right way of how to be appreciative, how to grow, and how to create opportunities for yourself. That's really what's been happening, and we're going to keep that going.
You say everyone on the staff is new.
Mm-hmm.
What could you say about your future coaches that you're going to be working with?
I got some great coaches. Coach Aaron Flores, he was my first hire offensive coordinator. He came from Waco University. He's been athletic director. So kind of he's from West Texas. He knows the small town vibe. He knows, he's been in this seat. So having him, I feel like is a huge plus. My defensive coordinator, he's been doing this for 15 years. I got him from Buffalo. His name is Mojica. I can't remember his first name. Ramiro Mojica. And so just how he loves on the kids, he's passionate, he's a master teacher. Great coach, but he loves to teach, loves to explain things. And then I got some community pieces. Marquise Hughes is gonna coach our running backs. He's from the Waco area, real big in the youth league. He was a referee. So I got him. Isaiah Gray graduated from here, hired him on. David Anini, he played for me earlier on in my coaching career at Mansfield Timberview. Played in the NFL for about 4 or 5 years. And now he's like, Coach, I wanna come and help you get that place jumping. So hired him as a defensive ends coach. Just hired a new coach that's been a 7-on-7 guy. That's a defensive backs coach, Coach Harris, Coach Curry. Hired him. He came from Waco University as well. So brand new staff, but everybody brings something to the table. And so that's what I'm super excited about. A lot of knowledge, but we're ready to see what we can do as a staff.
And if you could name a mentor, who would it be and why?
It would have to be Joey McGuire. Joey McGuire offered me my first position when I got into coaching when he was at Cedar Hill. And our sons are the same age, and he was just like, hey, Coach, I'd love to have you on staff, get your resume. And I thought about it, but then I got the same day he called me, Coach Brown called me at Mansfield Timberview, and then Bob Wager called me at Arlington Martin. And so I ended up going to Timberview, but Joey was a great guy. He still, said, hey, Coach, well, I appreciate you, you're a great guy. We're going to keep in touch. And so throughout the years, if I ever needed anything, we would text and talk. Like I said, our boys are the same age, so summertime they're working out, doing some of the same things. We played in the same district together. And so, but he was one of those coaches that if I ever needed anything, I could reach out to him. And so as I've, moved around in my career, I've always been able to just pick up the phone, text or call him. Even to this day, now that he's at the University of Texas Tech, he's still that guy like, hey, Coach, if you need anything, let me know. And it's just, I have high respect. You know, he's been a great mentor, and he's given me great knowledge over the years. So.
And you talk about your son. Tell me a little bit more about your kids.
My son, Audric, played for me. He's graduating. He's actually finishing up his degree at the University of Arizona. And so he said he wants to get into coaching, so we'll see how that goes. I have a daughter. She graduates from Texas Women's up in Denton. She'll graduate in December as well. And I have a younger son. He just started college. He's going to junior college in Dallas. I can't remember which one. But I'm like, man, I got all 3 kids in college. I did something right. So, yeah.
I always like to ask this question because there's just so many great games throughout the year. I know when Sydney and I are looking for a game of the week, we're like, there's so many good matchups. What game are you looking forward to the most if you had to pick one?
If I had to pick one, it's kind of late in the year, but it's the Hearn game. I hear they're very similar to us. They're down the road, and the coach that was here is there this past year. And so I'm excited just to see how that pans out. I know the kids are kind of excited about that one too, so that one's definitely circled on the schedule. Another one would be probably the Chilton game. They're crosstown rivals. They're kind of in our backyard, and we play them pretty early on. So I know they beat them pretty good last year, but again, I feel like we got a little surprise for you. So those 2 games, I'm kind of excited to see how those pan out.
And what should we know about this Marlin football team heading into the fall season?
Like I said, we're not gonna lay down. We're gonna be somebody that just battles in and out every single night. We always say the next play is the best play, but it's like we're there for 4 quarters. We've been working hard this summer. Like I said, it started off light, but as I got towards the end, these last couple of weeks, we're at about 30, 32 kids or so consistently coming. I'm like, guys, we're gonna be Iron Man. We're gonna play all 4 quarters. We play both sides of the ball. It starts now. And so just saying, you're gonna see a different attitude about the kids, 100%. And so I don't know what's gonna come from that, but I know it's gonna be something great because I feel like you get out of football what you put into it. In sports in general, whatever, that's one of the things. Like what you put into it, usually there's a return. Whether it teaches you life lessons or whether it opens doors for new opportunities, it's something that they can take on and learn from for the rest of their lives.
Any leaders that have stuck out to you so far? I know it may be hard to name just one.
I would say D'Angelo. D'Angelo Wright. D-Lo, he was the quarterback last year. He was number 1. Great work ethic, great kid, does whatever you ask him to do, really good athlete. So he's kind of taking, it's his senior year. We've only got 3 seniors. So pretty young team, but he's kind of taking the lead and being very vocal and showing them and being that great example. And so they start to kind of really culminate around him, which is what I'm excited about. But he's definitely one of those I feel like he's going to help. Terrion Evans is another one. Quick athletes, smaller kid, but super athletic. So the fact that we can move him around and try to get him the ball in space and let him create some things, that'll be great. And we got some young guys, some really young guys that some linemen that I feel like, okay, these guys were freshmen last year, took some licks, but now they're going to be sophomores and they've been putting in the work in the weight room. So I always tell them, y'all look great right now. Put the pads on, let's see what it looks like. But I'm excited. And I know they're excited, and so we're just trying to build off of that.
You talk about that young team. How important is it for maybe, the freshman and sophomore to step it up a little bit this year?
Oh, extremely important because we only have one team. We don't have a JV or a varsity. It's just one varsity team, and so it's 9 through 12. And some of the younger guys are going to have to play. And I know some of them took their licks last year, so they got that Friday night experience, so they're ready to kind of see, okay, I'm a little bit stronger, bigger, faster. How's that going to translate this year? And like I said, we got a great coaching staff that's going to put them in place to be successful. So, and they're learning, they're constantly learning. I love where we are as far as how they're retaining what it is that they're learning, because it's all new. The offense is new, the defense is new, and they're learning as they go, but they're picking up quick. So I feel like we always say, keep it simple. Kids don't have to think, they can play fast and you can get some good results. And that's what I've been seeing. So I'm excited about it.
You say the offense is new and the defense is new. Without giving away too much, what can we really be expecting on both sides of the ball?
Oh, we're going to be physical. I hang my hat on being physical because I always say, if you can't hold up in the trenches, the big boys, then it doesn't matter what you draw up. So we're definitely going to be physical. And I'm trying to show them that you're going to impose your will. This weight room is going to help you do that. And so they've been really, really hitting the weights hard. I don't know if they've been doing that a whole lot, but the feedback I'm getting from Coach, we hadn't worked like this ever. I said, well, keep that. Let's build off of that. You hadn't done that forever. So what is it going to look like come the season? You know, keep making those deposits, and then you'll have a return on your investment. And so I like where we are. I like how it's coming together, but we still got a long way to go. We do got a long way to go.
Unlike those 6A and 5A teams who have, you know, tons and tons of kids on their roster. You know, we're at the smaller school now where there isn't as big of a roster, but what could you say about that small team mentality?
You get isolated a little bit faster than you would, you know, at the bigger school. Like, you can't hide. It's only 25 of you guys, and so half of you guys are out there all the time. And so they know they gotta be a little tougher, kind of suck it up, you know, and gotta lean on each other. I tell them, you know, positive energy to each other. Don't talk down on your brother, talk them up, speak them up, lift them up. And so we do that. We practice that in the weight room. We practice that in our conditioning. Like, we're saying something positive. If they mess up, you know, you'll mess up, but you encourage them that it's all right, we're gonna keep it going, you know, and kind of lean on each other. And so that's what they're learning to do. I don't think everybody's kind of been in their own mindset. And I know at the bigger school it's a lot easier because you can kind of hide back a little bit, or you can, so many guys. So some guys will kind of not get some reps, and here you can't do that. It's like, if he ain't going, then you're probably going. That's it. You look over there, ain't nobody else there. So, but I like it because if you want to play, you're going to have an opportunity to play. You need to be a guy that just, you know, I'm on the team and I don't really got to, you know, maybe I'll get out there, or we're blowing them out. Okay, now I get to play because I'm like third string. Well, we don't have a third string. It's the first guy up and the next guy. And if somebody gets hurt, guess what? You're that guy all game long. So just understanding that, and I feel like for our kids and for myself, it's a little different, but I think that as long as I stay positive, as long as I stay pushing them in the right direction, then I think we'll have some success.
And last but not least, is there anything that you want to tell me that I haven't asked you that you feel is important to share?
I feel important to share. No, not really. It's kind of like a secret. Like, I don't want to reveal too much. We got some things happening. We got I just like what I'm seeing with the kids, and I like how, like, they brought other kids back. Like, some kids I hadn't seen all summer, and now I'm starting to see him. And I'm like, okay, where's this guy been? He's been a good athlete. Where is he? And I'm seeing that. And I'm getting kids from other sports that didn't play last year that said, you know, cuz I like what y'all do, I'm gonna come out and play for you this year. And so that's why I said, shock some people. I think we got some good things brewing. I don't have a clue what anybody looks like, you know, as far as I'm not familiar with the small town, but that's what's exciting. I'd rather not know and find out on my own. So that's really about it. I got.
Thank you, Coach. Well, congratulations on being named the new head coach and athletic director here at Marlin, and I will see you on the sidelines this fall.
Thank you so much.